One of the highlights of my career so far working at Cutters Incorporated, where I was hired after doing an internship at Optimus, was to be flown out to LA because as a senior assistant you are not only responsible for the day-to-day tasks of being an assistant, such as loading, logging tapes and stuff like that, you're also responsible for a great deal of editing on smaller budget projects. I was flown to LA to edit an 8-spot package for Nintendo consisting of both 30-second and 15-second commercials. And all these things have to be exactly to time. We were dealing with unscripted dialogue as well as very intense graphics, sound, and a very quick turnaround time. We did these spots in less than a week's worth of time. Being under that kind of a deadline, you really have to know how to manage your project and also find a system for working that allows you the ability to be able to easily get through all of the footage that you're dealing with, as well as to be able to get back to anything that a client might want to see in the edits. I was working side by side with a creative who would at times change the edits on the fly, who would want to see more energy, or who basically sat behind me the whole time, who wanted to explore all sorts of options of the footage, from making the people who we were doing the Nintendo spots on more personable, to also finding more technical aspects about the game that we were actually doing the commercial on. I was very fortunate to be where I am today because of the education and the foundation that DePaul laid out for me. Without the technical knowledge of the cameras and the editing equipment and software, it would have been a lot more difficult to get the job that I have right now. When I left DePaul, I already had a great reel put together for my student projects that wowed and impressed my employer to hire me.